Pittsburgh Steelers at home again, hoping to snap a two-game losing skid. Rough go of it for their defense last week. And now, here comes the number one scoring offense to town.
Here's Jonathan Taylor on first out. Big hole. JT in the open field. Down the sideline. Staying in bounds. Still going. Taylor, the distance.
Indianapolis Colts in the NFL MVP race showing up to Pittsburgh this week. Maybe the most out-of-the-blue scenario you'll ever come across. So is the Colts running back or the Colts quarterback the most important player in the NFL? 7-1 record, 4 straight wins, top offense in football, almost sleptwalked to 38 points versus Tennessee last week.
Jones rolling right, looking for someone, throws, he's got downs, touchdown!
You know there must be a Daniel Jones commercial out there collecting dust, right? He's like the substitute teacher that gets called in because the kids don't like Garvey messing up their names. Jones, 3 more TDs last week, 270 plus yards, a 136 rate. What did Brian Dable not get about this guy?
Got it! 45 yards for Pierce.
13 touchdowns against 3 INTs and a 109 rate for 2025. The secondary he gets next, allowing more yards per game passing than any team in the NFL. Just gave up 3 touchdowns and 360 yards and a 134 rate to Jordan Love. Steelers secondary, allowing almost 9.7 yards per attempt on 29 of 37 passing.
Hot! Kraft! Oh, on the run! Kraft pulling away! Still on his feet at the 30.
Steelers defense, average versus the run, allowing 4.3 per carry to ball carriers, have to play the run better than average, with Indy MVP candidate number 2 up next. Leads the NFL in rushing yards and rushing TDs. Jonathan Taylor with an 80-yard house call last week, over 150 yards on just 12 attempts, pulled in a TD through the air as well. 4th time he's had a TD hat trick this season.
JT to the outside. JT, 5, touchdown!
Colts Temple of Doom O-line, nickname supplied by Snagwolf in last week's comments section. Great job. Not only opening up hole after hole, but not letting many snakes near Indiana Jones. They're second in sacks allowed for the season. 3 of the 9 they've given up coming last week, though.
And Jones is sacked for the 2nd time. It's Draymond Jones.
Pittsburgh's pass rush, 0 sacks, only hit Love once, which led to 35 points allowed. The curtain has been opened 2 games in a row, too. 33 plus points allowed back-to-back games.
To Kraft, the tight end with blocking. Kraft inside the 5 to the end zone.
Their secondary got torched by tight end Tucker Kraft, 2 touchdowns, 143 yards, gave up 85 yards to Christian Watson as well. Michael Pittman pulled in one of DJ's touchdowns, led them with 95 yards versus the Titans.
And it is caught by Pittman with a flag down, but what a grab by Pittman!
Pittman with 6 touchdowns this season. Alec Pierce, no scores last week, but 69 yards, 67 plus yards in 4 of his last 5.
Alec Pierce, the guy that's a deep threat, has shown this year that he is a lot more than that.
Tight end Tyler Warren keeps making a difference. 53 yards versus Tennessee, 50 plus yards in 6 of 8 games.
Tyler Warren, and what a beautiful play design.
Overlooked in Indy's offensive dominance this year is a defense holding teams to 19 a game.
Ward in trouble. Ward trying to escape, throws, and it's incomplete.
Hard to boast too much about holding the Titans to 14, and they're 30th on 3rd down this season, 19th in the red zone, middle of the pack in yards per play allowed, giving up over 250 yards passing per game, gave up over 250 to Cam Ward. But that's because they face more pass attempts than any team. It comes with the offense making teams chase. They held Ward to a 70 rating and are holding quarterbacks to an 86 rate overall.
Now throws on the run, incomplete.
So bring on Aaron Rodgers next. He put up a 100 plus rating versus Green Bay, 2 touchdowns, no picks.
Scrambling, firing downfield for Roman Wilson. Got it in bounds.
Rodgers with 4 100-plus rate games in a row. Steelers offense good for 25 points in their loss, 23-plus points in 4 straight.
Rodgers looks at Metcalf, slant, touchdown, Steelers.
Just 1 for 10 on 3rd down versus Green Bay, though. Only made it past the 20-yard line once, and Rodgers took 3 sacks, too.
There's that green 19 you heard before, that cadence. Rodgers deep drop, nothing open, he's going down.
Only dropped 12 times all year, though. Top 10 in sacks taken. Only 4 teams with more QB drops than Indy's pass rush made it to Ward's house 4 times. DeForest Buckner is team leading 4th, so it's a committee approach.
Ward, pressure coming, and he is buried. DeForest Buckner getting in the backfield, and it's a turnover on downs.
Indy's DBs gave up 93 yards to rookie Chimera DK, face another DK this week. Metcalf with a touchdown and 55 yards versus the Pack.
How'd you like to see that coming at you from the free safety position?
Roman Wilson, a season-high 74 yards and a score.
2 feet down, and then takes an additional step, which completes the catch before he loses control. This is a touchdown.
Those two, the only Steelers to crack 29 yards receiving in that loss. They were efficient toking it, though. Jalen Warren, 4.8 a run, 62 yards. Kenneth Gainwell, 31 yards, 6.2 a pop.
Pulling action to get Gainwell freed down the sideline.
Only 18 rush attempts, though. Colts defense did give up over 100 yards on over 4 a carry to Tyjae Spears and Tony Pollard. Pittsburgh has dominated Indianapolis big picture, 27-8. 5 playoff meetings, all Steel Town, USA. The last one in 2005 went down to the wire.
In the final minutes, it was up to Joey Porter and the defense to end the Colts' last threat.
It's 4th down and 16 here, and this is the ball game, fellas.
With 1:27 to go. Here's the blitz. Joey Porter gets him. And down he goes. And the ball game is Pittsburgh.
You can't be passive against this offense. You've got to make plays. And that's how they say history, fellas. We are off to Denver.
The game appeared to be over. However, because the Colts had all 3 timeouts left, the Steelers couldn't simply kneel down and run out the clock.
Here's the give to Jerome. He has it. The ball is fumbled. And the Colts pick it up.
Oh, my gosh.
Nick Hopper has it. He's running. And Big Ben can't call tackle. He tackles him at the 43-yard line.
The game is not over. Cancel the reservations to Denver. We got to finish this one out here. If it wasn't for Ben Roethlisberger making a shoestring tackle, the game's over the other way.
Roethlisberger's remarkable tackle saved the season. Still, the Colts were given new life. A game the Steelers had dominated now would come down to a field goal. In the final seconds, the most accurate kicker in history had a chance to tie the score.
The ball is down. Vanderjagt's kick is on its way. That kick is long enough, high enough, and it's no good.
He missed it.
It's no good. It's no good.
Call up the draft legend. Remake those reservations. We're going to Denver.
The Pittsburgh Steelers have come in and upset the Indianapolis Colts. This is incredible.
Oh, y'all thought we weren't gonna do it? We whooped them. We don't care about no record. We got hard here. We got hard.
You are a resilient bunch. And when things happen, you never waver. This journey is not over, and it's gonna get tougher with each stop we have. There's a big storm waiting for us right now in Denver.
Detroit Lions at home, nice and rested up for the second half of their season, facing off with the Minnesota Vikings for the first time this year. The Vikes back from Hollywood. Week 8 sort of started like Week 7 ended, right, Skol?
And that pass is picked off. Rodgers, no stranger to interceptions, gets another one. Touchdown.
After review, the ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. Moves up 3rd down.
Karen apparently followed Minnesota to LA. I know the Vikings failed on several fronts versus the Chargers in their Week 8 loss, but the butterfly effect can be real. Ask Ashton Kutcher. Either way, calling JJ McCarthy, because Carson left Vikes fans wincing all game last week. He was doing plenty of that himself too, as he got beat up pretty good. 144 yards, only 1 touchdown, 1 pick, a 67 rate. It wasn't pretty.
Wentz fires too high, picked off.
McCarthy's 2 starts didn't wow many folks, only a couple of good quarters, but he's supposed to be the man. Maybe he improves. An offense that only mustered 10 points, went 3 for 10 on 3rd down, only made it past the Chargers 20 once.
3rd and 8.
Digging deep.
Right. Hit as he throws, that pass is incomplete, and it's a very rapid 3 and out.
That's under 23 points in 4 straight games, 5 of their last 6, so only over that mark twice this year. Unfortunately for McCarthy, even though it's late October, it ain't cold in the D right now. Despite lots of their DBs spending lots of time in the blue tent with Turk and JD, their defense is plenty warm, holding teams to 21 a game, balled out before the break versus Tampa Bay and a very hot Baker, holding them to 9 points, top 5 in takeaways for 2025.
End zone incomplete! And what a job by this Lions defense!
McCarthy getting in the tub with the Detroit secondary, holding quarterbacks to a respectable 90 rate and just 6.8 yards per attempt, despite having to dig deep to find healthy corners.
This time it's Nick Whiteside again, but they've all had their turns at making plays when they've had to.
In 2 games, McCarthy took 9 sacks. Wentz took 5 versus LA. Missing 3 starting O-linemen by the time the game ended. Left tackle Christian Darrisaw left hurt. Backup left tackle Justin Skule gave up 2 sacks in relief, has given up 6 overall, and he hasn't played full-time.
Wentz goes down at the 33-yard line. Rough night for Carson on every level.
So don't be surprised if Aiden Hutchinson lines up across from him a lot. Half a dozen QB takedowns, and he's getting help as Detroit has a healthy pressure rate. 23 sacks was 3rd most when they took their week off.
Backpedals, can't find anywhere to go except down. Sacked on the play.
The OG JJ, the only Vikes pass catcher with more than 26 receiving yards last week. Jordan Addison and TJ Hawkinson with that exact amount. Kid Dynamite, 74 yards. So Justin Jefferson with 70 plus in 6 straight now.
Wentz gets it away, caught up at the 32-yard line. Justin Jefferson.
Aaron Jones came back to toke it, but he never got it lit as he only ran 5 times. Jordan Mason only 4. The team only 11 rush attempts after getting down early. And the Lions also have fared well versus backs, keeping the position to 4 a run. Jack Campbell with a hefty 64 tackles through 7 games.
Baker Mayfield dealing with the crowd noise as Rashad White bends it back and gets 2.
Vikings defense with just as much to fix. Got off on the wrong foot with that Isaiah Rodgers call. All kind of went downhill from there. Gave up a season-high 37 points. Let LA convert 9 of 13 third down chances, 3 of 4 red zone chances.
Herbert rolling, looking, throwing, and that's going to be caught for the touchdown.
Secondary gave up 3 touchdowns to Justin Herbert. Not a ton of yards, but a rate over 120, over 9 yards per attempt allowed, 18 for 25 passing.
Going for it all, out in front, hold in.
They were already giving up a rate over 100 before that game, too. And now here comes Jared Goff. 4 100-plus rate games, 7-plus yards per attempt, 5 of 7 games, 15 touchdowns, just 3 INTs, a fat 8 yards per attempt. Hit his week off with the highest rate in the NFL.
Goff over the middle, he's got St. Brown, and he's got a touchdown.
Detroit's O-face, aside from 17 and 13-point showings versus Green Bay and Kansas City, good for 24 to 52 in their other 5 games, 30 points per game for 2025. Only a few have cracked 30. Elite when they reach the red zone.
Spinning touchdown!
Goff has been a little susceptible to being reached at home in their most recent games. 4 sacks taken, 2 of their last 3. Left tackle Taylor Decker, a team-high 3.5 sacks allowed in his 5 games played.
That's a fumble.
Still, Goff hasn't faced a ton of pressure, has only taken 13 sacks total, so plenty of games with good pass protection. Vikings with 2 sacks of Herbert, Jonathan Grenard with 1. They at least hit him 8 times, 25 pass attempts.
Herbert dancing away, and he gets sacked from behind.
Purple secondary gave up 88 yards and a touchdown to Ladd McConkey last week, 77 and a TD to Aronde Gadsden. Now they have to try and slow Mr. Headstand. You'd think with people replicating it with farm crops and cakes, we'd see it more often. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 70 to 115 yards, 5 of 7 games, 6 to 9 catches the last 6 straight.
Here is wide open St. Brown. And another huge chunk play as Amon-Ra St. Brown is good for 24.
Not as many shots at Jamison thus far. Hey man, it's good to take breaks sometimes. 0 receptions last game, 0 to 9 yards in 2 of Williams' last 3. Under 45 yards, 5 of 7 games. But always a threat to break free for a big one, averaging 41 yards a game so far.
That's J-Mo with the 5, pinballing his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit Lions.
Tight end Sam Laporta, second on the team at 48 yards per game.
Close to first down yardage, Laporta, and they're going to give it to him.
And of course, Jameer, 27 receiving yards per game, 75 per on the ground, has a couple of 90-plus rush yard games under his belt, went for 136 before the break, plus 82 receiving yards, 6 Bob Ross jobs on the year.
There goes Gibbs, foot race, touchdown Lions.
His partner, David Montgomery, hitting at 50 yards per game, found the paint 4 times. Lots of puffy clouds and trees can be found there.
Dropped off for Montgomery.
This brings us to the last of the areas Minnesota has to fare better at. They gave up 117 yards on 5.1 a carry to Kamani Vidal. He scored on him too.
Make it a 7th rush and make it a touchdown.
Vikings trying to snap a 5-game losing streak to the Lions. They've taken 6 of the last 7. These two have a long history, 127 games played against each other. Not a single playoff meeting. Kind of remarkable. Do you remember who won the highest scoring game between the two in 1995?
It's over 70,000 fans and another national television audience were treated to a record-breaking offensive explosion, the likes of which had not been seen in Detroit in over a decade.
Backpedals on first down. He's got Berry out of the backfield, goes to the end zone for Perriman, and he's got it! Touchdown, Lions!
534 total yards, the 4th highest total in team history.
Oh, Johnny Morton! Oh, what a catch! Touchdown, Lions!
With that, the Lions became the first team in 37 years to have 3 receivers and a running back with over 100 yards apiece in the same game.
Tennessee Titans at home this week. Any Titan Up fan watching this preview right now, tip of the cap to you. We salute you. You have OG status, 1-win team, and we're to week 9. Your squad welcomes the LA Chargers this week, whose offense got hit by Electro last week.
Herbert just throws wide open. Gadsden inside the 40 to the 34-yard line. Whoa!
In their case, that's a good thing, of course. Shook off the webs to put up 37 points and now get a Tennessee defense that's been handing out points like a 65-year-old lady hands out candy corn on Halloween. Let's start on the ground with this one, give LA's running back his props, and let him lead the way, because he might do so again this week. Isn't Vidal supposed to be good for your hair? Sure has been good for LA's rush attack. Kamani with his second huge showing in 3 weeks after taking over as starter. 117 yards on 5.1 a carry versus Minnesota. Punched one in, so 110 plus in 2 of his 3 starts.
Make it a 7th rush and make it a touchdown. Vidal into the end zone.
And now he gets a Tennessee defense that's granting running backs 5.1 yards per try on the year after giving up an 80-yard house call to Jonathan Taylor, 153 yards allowed on just 12 attempts.
JT in the open field, down the sideline, staying in bounds, still going, Taylor, the distance!
Titans gave up 3 touchdowns to Taylor overall, also gave up 3 TD passes to Daniel Jones, a 136 rate, 270 plus yards, 9.4 per try.
Jones rolling right,
looking for someone, throws, he's got downs, touchdown!
Ugly season numbers versus the pass as well, and when you combine all that, you get 28 points per game allowed, only 3 teams worse.
Jones looking deep down the field, and it is caught by Pittman!
Gave up 38 points to the Colts, who do have the #1 scoring offense in the NFL, but the Chargers looked the part versus Minnesota, 9 for 13 on 3rd down, 3 for 4 in the red zone. 24 plus points, 3 straight now.
Off for the touchdown by Trey Harris.
Justin Herbert threw a pick. That has been an ongoing issue for Herbs, 1 in 5 of his last 6, but last week countered it with 3 touchdowns, a 120 plus rate, lots of throws that show off that arm. It's real and it's spectacular.
Going for it, oh, out in front, hold in, Lad McConkey Touchdown.
Eyes up here, please. Herbert, also a threat to convert third downs with his legs, comes off a season-high 67 rush yard outing, has run for 30-plus in 5 games now.
On 3rd and 4. Herbert takes off. Herbert gets the first down.
Ladd McConkey flashed that Hawaiian driver's license, got in, and went for 88 yards and a TD, a touchdown in 3 of his last 4, 67-plus yards in 3 straight.
Keeps his eyes downfield, fires, caught. That's going to be a first down and a lot more for Ladd McConkey.
And this Oronde Gadsden kid at tight end, showing he's here for the long haul, 77 yards and a TD, touchdown back-to-back games, 68-plus yards in 3 straight.
Caught! Touchdown! Gadsden!
Keenan Allen, the only other guy to crack 40 yards versus the Vikings, checked out with 44.
On the run, he throws, he hits Allen.
Quentin Johnston did not show up in the standard box score. He played, but Herbert ghosted him Charlie Brown style. Speaking of holes, Tennessee's offense has plenty of those. No team putting up fewer points per game. Put up 14 last week, and that brought their season average up to 13.8. They are the proverbial rock Chuck kept getting instead of tricks or treats.
Ward having a tough time with the snap, able to corral it, now throws on the run, incomplete.
They're also worst on 3rd down, getting into the cage with a Chargers defense that finally put the brakes on a 3-game streak of giving up 27 or more points by holding Minnesota to 10, 3 for 11 on 3rd down, and only 1 red zone trip allowed.
3rd and 2, batted up in the air and knocked down by Wentz.
Holding teams to 21 points a game, Derwin James did leave last week hurt, so watch his status. Didn't really need him versus Carson Wentz. This is a team holding quarterbacks to 184 passing yards a game, top shelf in rating allowed at 78, after holding Wentz to a 68 rate, held him to 144 yards, 1 touchdown, and picked him off.
Wentz fires too high, picked off, intercepted there by Mickens.
So here comes rookie Cam Ward. I'm not a Ward apologist, but 259 yards week 8. That's 250 plus in 3 of his last 4 at least.
Looking to throw it, and he's got a wide open Gunnar Helm for his first NFL touchdown.
Does have an INT in 6 straight games, but only 1 in each? That's kind of a win, right? Hooked up with Chimere DK for 93 yards. That's 70 plus yards for the rookie back-to-back games.
Hanging on to it, now throws DK with a great catch on 3rd down.
53 yards went to tight end Chigo Okonkwo, 46 plus yards in 4 of his last 6.
Ward fires a strike, and there is Okonkwo.
Titans have the coolest names in their pass catching room. Rookie Elick Iomanor, 52 yards.
Still completes it to Iomanor on a gain of 26.
Cam is this year's grass expert, of course. You don't get high smelling it though, don't worry, which he's done a lot as he took 4 more sacks last week, 4 plus in 3 straight for the most planted quarterback of 2025.
Ward, pressure coming, and he is buried.
LA's pass rush, 22 sacks, top 10 good, racked Wentz 5 times last week. Khalil Mack is 3rd in 4 games. Tuli Tuipulotu with 1 leads the team with 6, and Justin Igboigbe with 2 quietly has 4 for the year now.
Look out, right there, gets sacked.
LA's run defenders should feel fresh. Team is giving up 4.9 yards per carry this year, which isn't good. Yet the Vikings ran just 11 times on them. Never heard them.
And Mason gets hit in the backfield. Perryman hit him first, loss of 1.
Titans used Tyjae Spears and Tony Pollard with some success. Duo hit at 4+ yards per carry combined, over 103 yards combined, 1 touchdown. Spears breaking free for a 41-yarder.
Tyjae Spears still going down the sideline. Spears stiff arm and finally shoved out of bounds.
Chargers beat the Titans last year. They've played each other 3 years in a row. Give us some more of that 1985 action, right? That was a gem and a half.
In a high-scoring contest with the Chargers, the Oilers drew first blood. Mike Rozier responded to the challenge with 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns that paved the way for another Oiler fantastic finish.
Chargers lead by a point, 35-34, 13 seconds left. Luck, back to pass, goes over the middle for Tim Smith, got it! Inside the 35! The Oilers take a timeout with 7 seconds left. A 51-yard attempt, Lee Johnson to hold. Snap back, ball down, the kick is up, on its way! It's gonna kick in! The Oilers win
The Oilers' 37-35 victory kept them in the AFC Central race.
.425 Eastern? Really? Mahomes and Allen? The NFL world is being robbed. Chiefs took some time to get going last week, did plenty in the second half to make sure they were buzzworthy for this matchup.
Mahomes out to his right. Back across for the touchdown to Hunt.
They are in Buffalo for this one. Bills at home after playing Buffalo ball again. Cooked up a 40-burger coming off their bye.
Checks to the second call, which is a crack toss for James Cook, and it was a good call. It's a house call. It's a touchdown.
Josh Allen should have gone A-Rod to the Mafia. Just relax, man. Would you take it easy? That 2-game losing streak, that was the stress talking, man. We have James Cook, leader in rushing yards per carry and rushing yards per game this season, after hitting Carolina with 216 yards, 11.4 per carry, 2 touchdowns.
House call, touchdown, somersault, he's in. 64-yard lightning bolt.
He drove the Bills' bus to 40 points last week. Even with the 2-game blackout, so to speak, they're still 4th in points per game at 29 per.
Josh Allen, who's got the second most rushing touchdowns by a quarterback in NFL history, just added another one.
And Allen comes in rested, kind of. Got to sit in the back seat versus the Panthers. Was fine when called upon. 8.6 yards per attempt, a touchdown, no interceptions, a 108 rate, plus he punched in 2 short TDs along the ground.
And Josh Allen is in for his second of the day, his 70th rushing touchdown as a Buffalo Bill.
Patrick Mahomes overcame 2 first-half INTs versus Washington with 3 touchdowns and 299 yards, a 104 rate, a nice 8.8 yards per attempt.
Mahomes finds Gray and gets a wow from my partner on that little throw moving to his left.
Oh my gosh.
Mahomes on a 3-game streak with 3 touchdowns and 100-plus rates. Chiefs offense 5 straight games with 28-plus points after finishing with 28 Week 8.
As Rice makes the catch for the touchdown. A drive that started at the 6.
That Travis Kelce guy still seems to have it. Season-high 99 yards last week, painted it red once.
Mahomes, end zone, caught by Kelce. Touchdown!
Rashee Rice, with 93 yards and a touchdown, has scored in both games back, 7 and 9 receptions in each.
Throws and finds Rice. First down.
Juju Smith-Schuster, 29 yards versus Washington. Xavier Worthy, 53.
Fake it to Hunt. Mahomes wide open is Worthy. Out of bounds at the 26.
So we have the number 4 and the number 7 scoring offenses on the table, along with the number 2 and the number 9 scoring defenses. And they come in off weirdly similar experiences. Bills defense faced Andy Dalton last week, a backup, 9 points, 4 for 11 on third down, 2 red zone trips, which for a team holding teams to 21 a game is kind of what you'd expect, so mission accomplished.
Oh, 3-man rush, that is picked off. A.J. Epinesa just grabbed it from Dalton and took it down to the 1.
Buffalo secondary handled Dalton like you'd expect, 175 yards, no TDs, an interception, only one team holding quarterbacks to fewer than 161 yard passing yards per game.
Dalton running out of time, he'll fling it out of bounds.
Kansas City also faced a backup Week 8, also took care of him as expected, picked off Marcus Mariota twice, held him to a 73 rate.
Mariota floats it and incomplete for McLaurin. And again, the Commanders turn it over on downs.
Only can play who's in front of you stuff for both secondaries. Buffalo holding quarterbacks to the 13th lowest rate, Kansas City 12th. Bills 2nd in passing yards per game allowed, Chiefs 3rd. Bills held Carolina to 9, Chiefs held Washington to 7, which brought their season average down to 16 per game.
Mariota out to his right, picked.
Kansas City's DBs gave up 64 yards to running back Jeremy McNichols, 54 yards and a TD to Terry McLaurin on the back of 2 ridiculous catches. Only one Bills pass catcher comes in with more than 30 yards. Dalton Kincaid, 23 yards versus Carolina. Keon Coleman, 30. Khalil Shakir led them with a season-high 88 yards and a touchdown.
To Shakir, and this is where Buffalo hurts you. In space, Shakir, cut back, touchdown, he's gone.
Allen took 2 sacks, only noteworthy because he only had 19 pass attempts, and it was to a Panthers team not great at bagging quarterbacks.
Backing, and for the first time on a scramble this year, he takes a sack.
Kansas City got to Mariota twice, 30 pass attempts. George Karlaftis had 1. He leads the team with 4.5. They're middle of the pack in bags. Bills pass rush, on the other hand, climbed into 8th in sacks for 2025 by taking Dalton down 7 times. He only had 24 pass attempts, too. A.J. Epinesa, Joey Bosa, Greg Rousseau all in on the action.
Really, in meaningful moments, he had 7 carries. That was his 8th here late in the fourth quarter of a blowout.
Mahomes took 3 sacks versus Washington, has taken 3 in 2 of their last 3 games.
Mahomes is sacked.
But how both teams play the run will go a long way this week. See, the one area Buffalo hasn't been great in defensively, stopping runners. Gave up 54 yards to Rico Dowdle, 6.8 yards per carry, which pushed their season average allowed to ball carriers to 5.5 a run, only one team worse.
And it is Dowdle, and that's confidence to run it on 3rd down and medium, and he busts it open for a long one.
Washington's defense had been struggling versus the run. Andy Reid fed them 30 rush attempts. Mahomes' scrambles produced 30 rush yards. He's been a first down machine with his stems this year. Isaiah Pacheco hit at 4.8 a run, 58 yards. Kareem Hunt, 4.4 a carry, 40 yards and a TD. The team piled up 148 yards on the ground at close to 5 a pop.
They give it to him, and in he goes. Touchdown, Kansas City.
As for Kansas City's ability to handle Cook, they're allowing 4.5 yards per trot to running backs, south side of the NFL average. Allen Mahomes, the modern Brady Manning. Allen owns Patrick in the regular season, 4-1 in those games. This is the rubber match then, because Mahomes has a 4-0 record against Josh in the playoffs.
2 of the great players we've ever seen in the National Football League showed us another great performance today.
These two have played each other every year from 2020 on, so the fan bases know each other well. Anyone go to that 2008 game? 85 points scored combined.
But the most heads-up performance came from rookie corner Leotis McKelvin, who accounted for 2 of Buffalo's 5 takeaways.
As a couple of guys to beat, waits for a block, not going to wait for it. The rookie finds the end zone. Touchdown, Leotis McKelvin.
Trent Edwards became the first Bills quarterback since Jack Kemp to rush for 2 touchdowns in a game.
He's loving it. Trent Edwards loves running to the end zone.
The Bills offense has been firing on all cylinders this afternoon, and it's really showed in their productivity.
Buffalo's 54-point total was the 2nd highest in franchise history.
Houston Texans grabbed their Week 8 rebound. Now they try and build on it at home, trying to get back to the 500 mark.
And the Houston Texans are going to bounce back and knock off the San Francisco 49ers here in Houston.
Won't be easy, though. They host the Denver Broncos, who are streaking into Houston on a 5-game win bender.
This team is on a roll.
Van Wilder 2.0 doesn't need to strip down to his skivvies, even if his namesake did. Bo Nix and the Broncos caught fire in the fourth quarter of that Giants win. Dallas unable to put it out. Nix with a season-high 4 TD passes versus the boys. 117 rate, 247 yards on 8.5 per attempt.
Bo Nix's day, super strong.
Denver hung 44 points on Dallas, 33-plus points back-to-back games. More fun to see it as 77 points scored in their last 5 quarters of play.
Most points by the Broncos at home since 2014.
So we get a points-happy offense getting in the ring with the #1 scoring defense in the NFL. Texans holding the Niners to 15, 3 for 9 on third down, only 2 red zone trips allowed.
I tell you what, this Houston defense is legitimate.
Knicks grappling with the secondary, 1st in rating allowed, 2nd in completion percentage allowed, 3rd lowest yards per attempt allowed, 1st in passing touchdowns allowed, picked off Mac Jones, held him to 6 yards per attempt, a sub-90 rate, under 200 yards.
A monster defensive play at a clutch time.
Beefy trench battle. Knicks not sacked once on 29 pass attempts week 8, only got hit once. No quarterback has taken fewer sacks than he has.
Good throw from Knicks, good protection by the Broncos offensive line.
Here comes Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson. Anderson, his team-leading 5th QB takedown in their win over San Francisco.
Will Anderson's been in his face all day!
Hunter has 2 2-sack games, that's it. Texans only have 16 total sacks, which is middle of the pack. No tougher team for a wide receiver to face, though, holding the wideout position to a league-low 71 rate. The 3 guys to rack up 40-plus yards for Denver last week, all WRs. Broman's right-hand man in college, Troy Franklin, slip-slided his way to 89 yards versus the Cowboys, scored twice, 2 more times than Taj.
Franklin for the touchdown!
Cortland Sutton, typically the big man on campus in their WR room, 67 yards in that win, 67 plus now, 5 of his last 6.
Sutton makes a diving effort and makes the catch!
And Pat Bryant, 40 yards, rookie's best showing thus far.
Oh, what a catch! That's Bryant, the rookie!
One more monster matchup on this side of things, Denver's rush attack. Rookie R.J. Harvey, not to be confused with P.J., 46 yards, 6.6 per carry, 2 TDs versus the Cowboys, so he's not coming in moody.
That is why they drafted him in the 2nd round.
Plus J.K. Dobbins, who went off for 111 yards, 7.4 per run.
Inside the 30, inside the 25.
Only 1 game with less than 79 yards in Dobbins' last 7. Squabbling up with a Houston front holding running backs to 3.8 per try, after holding CMC to 3.1 a carry, just 25 yards.
He looked up and he saw black and red uniforms everywhere.
Texans' own run game, absent in Seattle, came to life some at home versus San Francisco. 50-plus yards from Nick Chubb, 62 yards and 5.5 a run from Woody Marks on 11 Week 8 attempts.
Marks down the sideline and out of bounds inside the 15.
Marks also caught 4 passes for 49 yards, played a key role in waking up Houston's O, which struggled mightily the week prior. C.J. Stroud didn't have his WR1, Nico Collins either, still put up 318 yards, 8.2 per attempt, 2 touchdowns, a 106 rate.
Stroud is hot to start this game.
318, his season high in yards, has 100-plus rate games in 3 of his last 4, though. Texans offense at least put up 26 points, 9 for 16 on third down, a little faulty in the red zone, but they've cobbled 26 or more points in 3 of their last 4 games.
A dominant performance by the Houston Texans offense.
Next in line, a Denver defense that gave up 24 points in their win. 7 to Joe Milton in backup time, so take it for what it's worth. Holding teams to 18 a game for the year, 5th lowest. Hardest team to move the sticks against, 2nd best in the red zone.
This Broncos defense, they've done so many incredible things.
Will they have Pat Surtain at corner? He left last week with a hurt shoulder, so eyeball the injury updates. Still held Dak Prescott, who was on fire going into that game, without a touchdown. Picked him off twice, held him to a season-low 51 rating.
Prescott intercepted.
3rd in rating allowed for the year now at 81, lowest completion percentage allowed, held Prescott to 188 yards, most of the yards going to CD Lamb and George Pickens. Stroud hit 9 different guys with passes, rookie Jaden Higgins a touchdown and 34 yards, rookie Jalen Noel 63 yards.
Drops it in to Jalen Noel!
Braxton Berrios 38 yards, 5 catches, mentioned Marks already, and Xavier Hutchinson led them with 69 yards and a score.
Into the end zone, Xavier Hutchinson!
Stroud also left last week with a clean jersey. Didn't take 1 sack and he only got hit twice.
He is getting the most protection I've seen all season long.
He had been dropped 2 to 3 times a game his previous 6 outings, though. And now here comes the league's top pass rush by 10 bags, mind you. Zach Allen, John Franklin Myers making it home to see Dak last week, each picking up their 4th sack of the year.
The best in the league at rushing the quarterback.
Denver up on Houston 6-4 in their 10 meetings. First ever meeting, 2004.
22 scat, X dagger, Y shallow cross. Jeb is your guy hot.
Plummer deep in the pocket, steps up, throws pass, puts it, he's wide open inside the 15, makes a move inside the 10, inside the 5, he's got a Denver touchdown.
Man, 88!
The Broncos rolled to a 31-13 win.
Play fake, he's got Putzi wide open, Jake loads it up, throws deep to the sideline, the lead is there, and that is a Denver touchdown. Back in the end zone, touchdown! Touchdown, Rod Smith. And Rod Smith is 56th career touchdown as a Bronco. That makes him number 1 in that category in club history.
Cincinnati Bengals back at home, coming off a painful loss to a team that hadn't won a game. Bear down, feeling just as sick to their stomachs after they had their 4-game win streak snapped to a 3rd-string quarterback.
Wide open, touchdown!
Snoop Huntley with a celebration.
So much for both these teams to try and clean up, and both still have plenty of motivation to try and tidy up. Let's start with a positive. Bengals offense has been good for 30-plus points back-to-back weeks, 33 versus Pittsburgh, followed by 38 versus New York, 4 for 9 on 3rd down, 3 for 4 inside the red zone.
Flacco on the keeper. Flacco, touchdown!
Joe Flacco still icy hot, 100-plus rating on the back of 2 touchdowns without being picked off, 2-plus TDs in all 3 of his Bengals starts, no picks, 100-plus rate back-to-back games.
40-year-old, 6'6", 245-pound dad quarterback.
Now he goes after a Bears secondary that was missing 3 starting corners, though Jalen Johnson hasn't been part of the picture since week 1. Bears DBs gave up a 116 rating to Tyler Huntley on 17 of 22 passing, 8.5 yards per attempt allowed, a touchdown, no picks.
You're seeing that comfortability. He floats that one just over the outstretched arm of TJ Edwards.
Bears now giving up a 98 rating, 7.8 yards per attempt, only 2 teams allowing more per try in 2025. 51 yards allowed to Rashad Bateman, 63 to Zay Flowers, and now here comes T and Jamar. Chase with a team-high 91 yards versus the Jets.
Oh boy. And here's Chase. Open green grass in front of him, just lethal.
It was a Marsha game to the extreme. Jamar targeted 19 times versus the Jets. No one else saw 4 in that game. Higgins, the Jan of the bunch, with just 2 targets, with just 2 catches, but he made 1 count for a 44-yard touchdown.
Put some air under it, deep down the field. Higgins wide open for the touchdown.
Higgins has scored in 3 of his last 4, and the Cindy of the bunch, 41 yards last week. Noah Fant, 40-plus yards back-to-back games.
Little sidearm delivery gets it to Fant, who's putting together a nice day for the Bengals.
Bears, with 2 sacks of Huntley on 22 pass attempts, only have 14 all year. Flacco only took 1 sack on 34 Week 8 pass attempts, hasn't been sacked 3-plus times yet. His line also doing it up in the run game lately, too. 181 rush yards last week. Samaje Perine, 94 yards, 10.4 per carry, and a TD.
The Cincinnati Bengal offensive line, just clear it out.
And Chase Brown coming in hot. 73 yards, 6.1 a carry, also painted it orange.
Bengals once again in business. Here they go. Brown, where they are carving up this Jets run defense.
That's 3 in a row. Browns popped for 4.7 or better. Why not make it 4 in a row? Chicago's now giving up 5.3 a carry overall, only 2 teams worse. Bears gave up 2 touchdowns, 71 yards to Derrick Henry, 43 yards and 10.8 per try to Keaton Mitchell on 4 attempts, 53 yards to Huntley, so not a good day versus the run, which fits their Peter Griffin body of work.
Bounces it out and back and just finds wide open highway all the way to the pylon.
But what would all of that been had Chicago been up 14-0 at the end of one quarter instead of 6-0? Chicago still waiting for Caleb Williams to play the role of game-changing quarterback. Lots of yards last week, but no touchdowns, a 77 rate, got picked off.
Williams has time, downfield, intercepted, and the Ravens come up with the big play.
Caleb's rating under 80 3 of his last 4 games, INTs in 3 of his last 4, and only 2 TDs in that span. The team last week 1 for 3 in the red zone. They keep kicking field goals in spots they need to be scoring touchdowns in.
Williams searching, throwing, incomplete, game over. Yeah, bizarre.
Now, that was their first game under 21 points, had hit at 25 plus during their 4-game win streak. 2 of those wins, though, could have easily gone the other way. The narrative and feeling surrounding Williams would be much different if they were sitting at 2-5. And Baltimore's defense and secondary had made everyone look like a superstar up until last week. So is Cincinnati's, though, so another crack at it for Caleb.
Boy, thought about it, now tosses to the end zone, he's got Taylor.
Bengals defense gave up 39 points in 3 quarters to a Jets team that hadn't scored a touchdown in 9 straight quarters. They've given up 27-plus points in every week save week 1. Justin Fields was on the bench after back-to-back horrendous showings. Then the Bengals secondary gives up a 99 rate to him on 240-plus yards. Didn't pick him off, let him lead a dramatic comeback.
Fields does indeed look right, goes towards the end zone. It is caught.
Their play against the pass in 2025 as bad as Chicago's, and they don't have a pass rush, especially without Trey Hendrickson, who tried to go last week but got hurt again. Didn't sack Fields once on 32 pass attempts, only hit him once. He's a guy that took 9 sacks in 1 game a few weeks earlier.
Look at how much time in a critical down that Justin Fields has. No panic, be calm.
Caleb only took 1 sack in their loss, didn't face much pressure, that wasn't his problem, and neither was Rome Odunze, who went for 115 yards.
He'll throw it, it's complete for a first down. Rome Odunze.
DJ Moore racked up 73.
Williams step and throw, and he hits his man over the middle, DJ Moore.
No one else with 40 yards. Rookie tight end Colston Loveland, a career-high 38 because Cole Kmet was out hurt. DeAndre Swift, 26 receiving yards, 45 on the ground with a score.
Bears finally get the touchdown they've been looking for all day.
Swift had carried their offense in their last 2 wins with 100-plus rush yard games. Bengals defense gave up 133 yards to Breece Hall on 7.4 per carry, 2 touchdowns. Also gave up a 50-yard run to Isaiah Davis, giving up 254 rush yards, 6.9 a run to the Jets overall. When you factor in how New York's offense looked coming in, it makes Cincinnati's defensive showing one of the worst you'll ever see.
Back to the ground game, this is Hall. The shiftiness, Hall's got a first down and more.
Rubber match time. These 2 teams tied at 6 all time. Bears on a 3-game win streak versus the Bengals. Let's hope they recreate their 1992 meeting in some form or fashion.
Darren Lewis helped the Bears build a 21-7 lead, but Chicago mistakes gave the Bengals every opportunity to scratch back.
Go. Still on his feet at the 5. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Great second effort by Ball.
15. Lewis breaks through, spinning to the 25. Sends it back left 30.
Twice the Bears built 14-point leads, and twice the Bengals came back. And with a minute to go, they had a last-ditch chance to tie.
Ryerson looking, throwing into the end zone, and tipped to the air. Caught! And placed down and booted. It's high enough. It's deep enough. It's goal! That's it. It's all over.
Carolina Panthers take to the road with a 4-4 mark. No Bryce Young last week turned out to equal a debacle worse than Pumpkin Jack's Christmas Eve. They are in Green Bay this week, the Packers' present coming out on top against its past in their most recent win.
Love is red hot, keeps the streak going. 18 consecutive completions for Love.
Green Bay only one of 2 teams with only 1 loss. Jordan Love hitting Week 9 off his best 2025 performance, 3 touchdowns, no picks, 360 yards on 29 of 37 passing, a season-high 134 rate.
And how Jordan Love figured out where or how to throw this ball, it has been some night so far.
Packs offense laid down 35 points on Pittsburgh, so that's 27-plus points in every game save 1.
Williams getting the blocking to the pylon, in for the touchdown.
And now they square off with a Carolina defense that just gave up 40 points, gave up 3 touchdowns at 20-plus yards, 2 of them 50-plus yard efforts.
In space, Shakir, cut back, touchdown, he's gone.
They gave up 2 rushing touchdowns to Josh Allen, 2 to James Cook, along with 216 yards on a ridiculous 11.4 per carry.
And then it's just make one guy miss and he's gone.
Second longest run in James Cook's career.
Now they get Josh Jacobs. He scored for the Pack, but only 33 yards, just 2.5 per run. Emmanuel Wilson, more effective versus Pittsburgh, 61 yards on 5.5 a carry.
Emmanuel Wilson trying to add that long arm of the law to the 30-yard line.
Panthers secondary didn't face many pass attempts versus Allen. Madden would tell you, why fly when you can get there on a bus? They still gave up a 100-plus rating to Allen, 8.6 yards per attempt, 1 touchdown.
Allen floats it, first down, it is caught by Kincaid. Another big gain of 20-plus yards.
They have held quarterbacks to a sub-90 rate for the year, though, under 200 yards per game, too, without sacking quarterbacks much, just 13 total bags, 2 meaningless takedowns of Allen. Love facing TJ Watt, not sacked once, 0 to 1 sacks taken in 4 straight.
Steelers bringing heat, picked up. Here's Love, shut downfield.
Love used his time to hook up with tight end Tucker Kraft, who went crazy town on his special day. Season high 143 yards, 2 scores.
To the end zone, touchdown. It's not just tight end's day, extended to the night.
Kraft is painted at yellow and green in 3 straight. Christian Watson returned, 85 yards. Welcome back, first game of the year.
Field for Watson. He's got it. Christian Watson, welcome back.
Romeo Doubs chipped in 3 catches for 44 yards.
Left side wide open. Great play design. Romeo Doubs.
Their offense being given plenty of chances last week to do its thing, thanks to its defense, holding Pittsburgh to 1 for 10 on 3rd down, only let them across their own 20 once.
Green Bay bringing 4. Rodgers fires. Metcalf covered. Incomplete.
They're top 10 in points per game allowed at 21 per, top 5 on 3rd down as well. Did give up 25 points to Pittsburgh, that's not great. Gave up 2 TD passes to Aaron Rodgers without picking him off, 219 yards, a 101 rate.
A sneak one in before the 2-minute warning. Firing, Rodgers, touchdown!
Held him to 6 yards per attempt though, and they're first in yards per attempt allowed this year at 5.9. Panthers fans hopeful Bryce Young can return from injury. Their red rifle jammed in his place. Andy Dalton only able to muster 175 yards, no touchdowns, 1 INT, a 70 rating. Panthers offense a 9-point outfit versus Buffalo, only 2 trips inside the 20.
Oh, 3-man rush, that is picked off. A.J. Epinesa just grabbed it from Dalton.
Dalton only threw for 130 net yards because he lost 45 on the 7 sacks he took.
Can't take a sack. Pumps, and he takes the sack, and that's going to take them to the end of the half.
Young took 3 sacks in a game twice. 5 games, though, he's only taken 1, so it might have been an Andy thing. Either way, Rashawn and Micah are coming this week. Parsons got to Rodgers once, has 6.5 sacks now. Gary got to him twice, has 7.5.
Aaron in trouble and brought down. 6, 7, just a sack for Rashawn Gary.
Pack's secondary gave up 55 yards and a touchdown to DK Metcalf, 74 yards and a TD to Roman Wilson. Tatora McMillan has been Carolina's only consistent receiving threat, 99 yards versus Buffalo, averaging 64 a game.
And it is an 18-yard pickup to Tatora McMillan, a first down.
There's Rico Dowdle, too, 54 yards, 6.6 a run, just 8 tries due to the nature of the game.
And it is Dowdle, and that's confidence to run it, and he busts it open for a long one.
4.6 or better for Rico in 4 straight, too. And hey, Green Bay gave up 5.2 a carry to Pittsburgh's Jalen Warren-Kenneth Gainwell combo.
A little pulling action to get Gainwell free down the sideline.
They are holding backs to 3.8 a run, though, big picture. Chiefs, up on Keep Pounding 12-6, have beat them the last 3 times they've met. How's this for a first ever meeting? Winner goes to the bowl, 1996.
It's the tradition-bound Green Bay Packers against the upstart Carolina Panthers, and the prize is the Super Bowl.
Here's Brett Favre back to throw. He looks a lot of time going to the end zone. There's Dorsey, Levin. Touchdown, Dorsey.
Now we start. Everybody wake now.
Brett straight back in the pocket. Quick drop. Goes to the outside. There's a fade. It's there. Touchdown, Antonio Freeman. A little fade down and out by Freeman. Here's the play action fake. Handoff. Second guy. Bennett. Walked into the end zone. Edgar Bennett with a hole on the right side that you could drive a truck to the Super Bowl through. We are on our way. The home state to the city of New Orleans.
Atlanta Falcons hit the road hoping Dr. House did his thing during the week. Life without Michael Penix and Drake London did not go well. Trying to snap a 2-game losing skid in New England, Patriots officially streaking through the quad with Frank the Tank, 5 straight wins in the books.
They has it to the end zone. Touchdown, Hunter Henry. On the move, he takes it in for 6.
And yes, the KFC is still open. Even with Myles Garrett on top of him all game long, Drake May still came through. So it begs the question, how do you slow him down? 280-plus yards, 3 touchdowns, almost 12 yards per attempt, and a 135-plus rating in his most recent gem.
That's too easy. It's like stealing. He has so much touch as a quarterback.
May now looking for his 8th straight 100-plus rate game, 8 touchdowns in his last 3 straight over 9 yards per attempt, and 5 straight, as good as any quarterback in the game right now, if not the best. So we have a New England offense that comes off back-to-back 30-plus point outings, 32 versus Cleveland.
Quick toss. Catch made! Diggs has a touchdown!
Weren't that good on 3rd down or in the red zone last week either, so could have been more. Still, 4th game they've put up 30-plus points in, only under 24 points twice. Will he keep it cooking versus Atlanta's secondary, which went into last week's game holding quarterbacks to the 2nd lowest rate, elite digits against the pass for the year on all fronts. And then week 8 hit versus Tua Tagovailoa, who had thrown 3 INTs back-to-back games. Falcons DBs gave up 4 touchdowns to him, no picks, a rate allowed over 138.
There he goes, Waddle! Look at him fly! You can kiss him goodbye!
Atlanta's defense had to try and paddle upstream a lot due to its offense spending all game punting. They were missing defensive ends Zach Harrison and Treylon Walker, plus linebacker Divine Diablo and corner Billy Bowman. They did not make it upstream in this tale. They were holding teams to 20 a game prior to facing Miami, gave up 34 to a team only averaging 20 per contest.
He's going to waltz in. That's a touchdown for Miami. It's too easy.
Falcons didn't give up a ton of yards to Tua, only allowed one Miami pass catcher more than 37 yards, Jalen Waddle, who got him for 99 and a TD. The trick-or-treaters May's most likely to give candy out to. He hit Stephon Diggs for his first TD of the year, not many yards. Mac Hollins, the lead dog for the Pats versus Cleveland, a season-high 89 yards, 2nd game in a row with 49-plus.
7th catch of the game for him.
May is a Sir Mix-a-Lot man through and through, hit booty for 75 yards and another TD. That's a score in 3 straight for Kayshawn.
For the end zone, and back there the catch is made. Kayshawn Booty has 6.
May completed passes to 7 different dudes. threw to Demario Douglas once, and it resulted in a 44-yarder, targeted tight ends Austin Hooper and Hunter Henry 3 times, 3 catches, 45 yards, and a TD combined.
He takes it in for 6 on National Tight Ends Day.
Falcons pass rush, a 2025 strength also a weakness in Week 8. 1 sack, only 2 quarterback hits on 26 pass attempts. May's line is so stoked to know they aren't facing Myles Garrett this week. Rookie left tackle Will Campbell gave up 3 sacks to him. Garrett got to May 5 times by himself. Drake dumped 6 times total.
2 guys, 1-2, then slapped the hand of the second guy, Will Campbell.
And it didn't make much of a difference, and that's Pumpkin Jack when he's mad scary. And man, those legs, he went for 50 rushing yards, 7.1 per romp. Travion Henderson ran for 75 yards on his 10 attempts. New England, 177 rush yards, over 5 a carry.
Henderson across midfield. Down the sideline he goes.
Falcons defense gave up 141 rush yards. That's a lot, but so is 37 rush attempts. They held Miami to 3.8 a run. So we have an Atlanta defense trying to rebound back to their previous form. Atlanta's offense, on the other hand, hope to get Penix and London back from injury, but what does that mean? Atlanta has only put up more than 23 points twice with Penix at quarterback, with Kirk Cousins filling in 10 points, only 2 red zone trips, 2 for 11 on 3rd down.
Cousins to the air, downfield high and incomplete. It's 4th down, the Boos now.
Cousins at least didn't create a QB controversy. No touchdowns, only 5.6 yards per attempt, and 81 rating.
And the ball went wide. He was going short. It's incomplete.
New England's defense, not a group easy to try and get right against. Top 5 in points per game allowed, held Cleveland to 13 points, 2 for 11 on 3rd down.
Gets rid of it, and it's intercepted. The Patriots with a takeaway, and it's Robert Spillane.
Patriots D has only given up 22-plus points once in 8 games. They have a turnover in all but 1 game. The secondary Penix is looking at just picked off Dylan Gabriel twice. Their play versus quarterbacks this year was not great, but they held Gabriel to 156 yards, just 4.5 an attempt, a 65 rating.
Going deep between 2 Patriots, and it's intercepted. Jalen Hawkins came down with it.
Gave up a touchdown and 62 yards to tight end Harold Fannin, a TD and 37 yards to tight end David Njoku. A tight end, the only Atlanta pass catcher hitting Week 9 off a 40-plus yard game. Kyle Pitts, 59 yards, 9 catches.
Time, and the throw right on the money, and it's caught downfield by the tight end Kyle Pitts.
New England's pass rush wasn't even needed last week. Only 1 sack, 2 QB hits of Gabriel. Cousins only sacked once on 31 pass attempts, so not much of note on either side there. Bijan, of course, Atlanta's offensive centerpiece, but if he's the only threat, it becomes too easy for defenses to key on him. Robinson only 23 receiving yards, just 25 rush yards on a piddly 2.8 per carry.
It's 1st and 10. Oh, Robinson fumbled! It's picked up on the play by Dodson.
Robinson under 3 yards per carry in back-to-back games now. No team harder for a running back to try and gash than New England. Patriots holding the position to 3 an attempt after holding Quinshon Judkins to 19 yards, 2.1 a carry.
Quinshon Judkins, can he get away? A clear answer from the Patriot defense.
10-6, Pats up on Rise Up all time, have won the last 7 in a row. Don't worry, Dirty Birds, not reliving the 28-3 game. How about their first ever meeting, which was also a nail-biter?
The next week in New England, Art Malone and Dave Hampton continued to roll, this time accounting for well over 300 yards of total offense between them as the Falcons ran up a 20-7 lead after 3 quarters. Then came one of the strangest finishes ever. Jim Plunkett passed the Patriots to a 1-point lead, and then as time ran out, the Falcons set up the winning field goal at the 10-yard line.
Call it the Mash Bowl. New York Giants back at home this week. Jackson Dart has to push ahead without Neighbors and Scattaboo now. Only team's jersey more dangerous to throw on these days than New York's is the team they take on. San Francisco 49ers can't get off a field without someone getting hurt. Left the field without a win last week too.
First time since 2009 that the 49ers have fallen to the Houston Texans.
These two fan bases get each other every week, having to learn new names as backup after backup files in to fill in for another injured starter. San Francisco is still sitting on a 5-3 record though, not sitting on an offense putting up many points recently. 15 versus Houston, 3 for 9 on third down, only 2 red zone trips.
And a little too tall for Jordan Watkins making his NFL debut today.
Sure, Houston's defense is tough, but that's 3 straight games. San Francisco hasn't been able to crack 21 points. All 3, Mac Jones finished up with a sub-90 rate, only 193 yards versus the Texans, just 6 yards per attempt.
That's a ball that Juwan Jennings is going to catch 9 times out of 10. And at this moment, you really needed it.
Could they get Brock Purdy back this week? They thought maybe last week, but that didn't work out. Same with receiver Ricky Pearsall. And at some point, Brandon Ayuk will join the fun. Whoever they have gets a Giants defense that just gave up 38 points. Let Philadelphia convert all 3 of its red zone tries.
Touchdown, Eagles! A new career high for Dallas Goedert.
Have allowed 33-plus points back-to-back games, 26-plus in 3 of their last 4. Gave up 4 TD passes to Jalen Hurts, didn't pick him off. A 141 rate allowed on 15 of 20 passing. A hefty 9 yards per attempt allowed.
Loading up, going for a deep ball. It is caught! Jahan Dotson!
G-Men's secondary had fared better versus quarterbacks prior, but rating allowed now sitting at 92 after last week's showing. Wasn't that they didn't sack Hurts plenty, put him down 4 times on just 20 pass attempts. Brian Burns is 10th of the year, sack plus in 7 of 8 games now.
That was relentless from the Giants.
It's decent pass protection to start.
Jones sacked twice by Houston on 32 pass attempts, didn't face much pressure either. CMC, George Kittle, Kendrick Bourne, Juwan Jennings, all with 43 to 45 yards last week. Jennings with 45.
It is caught by Juwan Jennings at the 1.
Bourne, 44.
To Kendrick Bourne. Oh, what a hit. Leveled by MJ Stewart, but Bourne hangs on.
Kittle, 43 more than George.
Jones for Kittle in the end zone, and it is caught! George Kittle! Surrounded by Texans!
Remember the good old days Niners Empire when the only thing you were worried about was me botching his name? Remember Explorers, the little kids in spaceships? Remember Stormtroopers? Remember? And McCaffrey with 43 receiving yards as well.
Nice move, steps through a tackle, trying to break the Stingley tackle who just got him around the ankles and down.
Only 25 rush yards, 3.1 a carry, so after one good ground game, back to scuffling. Gets a Giants rush defense that hands out king-size candy bars to running backs. They're very generous. Gave up 100-plus yards to 2 guys in one game last week, 150 to Saquon, 10.7 a carry allowed, 104 to Tank Bigsby, 11.6 per given up. They're now giving up 6.1 a run to running backs in 2025. Closest team to them is at 5.3.
And keep the entire front. Oh, sorry, that's Burns. Trying to keep Bigsby inside.
Now to the other mess. I mean, Dart wasn't really messy based on what he's working with or not working with. A 98 rating, 1 TD without an interception, 8 yards per attempt versus the Eagles.
Sets, looks, throws. Oh, that's pretty. Wan'Dale Robinson.
93-plus rate in 4 of his 5 starts, but lost Scattaboo after hitting him for a TD. Rush attack fizzled without him. 68 yards total, 3.2 a carry. Dart took 5 sacks on 24 pass attempts. Giants only scratched out 20 points.
Josh Uche got the strip sack.
They had gone off for 30-plus points, back-to-back games behind their Jackson Scat show. Tyrone Tracy takes back over as starting back, 39 yards on 10 attempts last week. Only Wan'Dale Robinson finished with 40-plus yards for New York, 48 on 3 catches.
It's rid of it far side. Wan'Dale Robinson makes the catch.
Wan'Dale, Darius Slayton, Daniel Bellinger, Theo Johnson. Not starting on too many fantasy squads, I don't think. But hey, neither are most of the guys San Francisco just played. Gave up 26 points to a Texans offense that had just looked offensive the week before in Seattle, 9 for 16 on third down.
Stroud looking for 6, open touchdown, Jaden Higgins.
They did hold them to 1 for 5 in the red zone at least, but the secondary dart faces gave up 318 yards to CJ Stroud, 2 touchdowns, a 106 rate.
Somehow Stroud gets away and gets rid of it to Woody Marks, and Marks upended with progress at the 20-yard line.
49ers secondary, allowing a 102 rate for the year, gave up 69 yards and a touchdown to Xavier Hutchinson, 63 yards to Jalen Noel, 49 yards to Woody Marks, TD to Jaden Higgins. Only fantasy leagues with 32 teams were using those guys last week, and there were 6 teams on a bye. They did, however, come up with a pick.
Steps up and he's looking deep. He's got Noel and it's intercepted. Picked off by Diamador Lenore,
which was their first of the year. 0 sacks and 2 QB hits on 39 pass attempts, and to finish it, against a team that ran backwards as often as forwards 1 week before, gave up 157 yards on the ground, 4.4 a carry.
Marks down the sideline and out of bounds inside the 15.
Niners up by 1 all-time over the G-Men. They've met in every round of the playoffs, well, save the Super Bowl, of course, but 8 playoff meetings total. It's an underappreciated East Coast-West Coast rivalry. One of the 8 postseason meetings went to OT, 2011 season.
Hey, we got one more ball game after this one. One more, let's go. Let's finish this off.
For the second time in 4 years, the Giants needed overtime to decide the outcome of a conference title game. This one would have a familiar finish.
From his own 20, lost the ball, and the Giants say they have it, and they do! Knocked out by Jaquan Williams, and Devin Thomas recovered it. Can the Giants now finish the deal?
We're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. I know. We're going to be all right.
Lawrence Tynes hit a 47-yarder at Lambeau Field 4 years ago to send the Giants to the Super Bowl. 31 yards to put the Giants in the Super Bowl against the Patriots. Kick on its way. It's got the distance, and it is good! Has done it again. He's kicked the Giants to the second Super Bowl in 4 years.
We're going to do a bowl. We're going to do a bowl.
They beat the number 1 seed in the divisional round. They've beaten the number 2 seed in the NFC Championship.
The LA Rams have spent the last couple of weeks basking in the Southern California sunshine, also basking in the glow of their win overseas the last time they played. Their challenge this week: don't go flying in thinking the Empire doesn't know you're coming. They take on the 1-7 New Orleans Saints, the 1-7 part the most accurate adjective you can apply to their team right now.
Saints drop to 1-7.
Don't walk into a trap. With the Jets getting on the board finally, Saints are now in the running to show up at the 32 spot in all those power rankings. Not sure they're rock bottom either, but after only managing 3 points versus Tampa Bay and turning the ball over 4 times, they're close to it.
Oh, pass is picked off and taken into the end zone for a touchdown by Anthony Nelson.
Points per game average down to 16 now, under 22 points in 7 of 8 games. Only 2 teams averaging fewer yards per play. Spencer Rattler hit the pine last week in favor of Tyler Shuck. Couldn't tell the difference. Each guy with 0 touchdowns and 1 pick, 136 yards, 128 yards, both sub 70 rates.
Shuck's pass. Oh no. Ball taken away by Whitfield.
Holy mismatch, Batman. That offense, stacked against a Rams defense that should be getting way more pub, have held their last two opponents to 7 and 3 points, under 21 points, 5 of 7 games, holding teams to 16 per contest, top 5 in points per game, third down, and first in the red zone.
Is sacked for the 6th time today, with the Rams defense feasting and Lawrence's long day getting longer.
No Waldo to attack in their secondary. Quentin Lake holding his targets to a 76 rating. Kobe Durant, 51. Darius Williams, 65. Cam Curl, 74. Their secondary holding quarterbacks to an 84 rate and just 6.4 yards per attempt.
Double tipped and almost caught by De'Ami Brown. And it is the 4th turnover on downs of the game for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Saints QB duo sacked 5 times last week.
Rattler under pressure, and he will be sacked back at the 50-yard line.
Okay, well, at least the Bucs pass rush has the 3rd most bags. How many does LA have? What's that you say? 2nd most? Jared Verse, 4 sacks, 17 QB hits, which was 2nd after 7 weeks. The same amount as his buddy has, Byron Young. No one with more than Young's 9 sacks when they took their week off.
To his left, Byron Young led the charge for the Rams there.
At least you can run on them, right? Wait, well, not true. Holding running backs to 3.8 a carry, linebacker Nathan Landman racking up 67 tackles already.
And that's where it ends. Landman again.
Saints rush game, no better than Craig's dad's on Friday. Alvin Kamara with less than 32 yards and 4 straight, under 3.6 yards per carry in each. They do at least have a few pass catchers that cracked 50 yards last week. Rashid Shaheed caught 9 passes for 75 yards versus the Bucs.
Shuck on 3rd down and 19, complete to Shaheed.
Chris Olave with 63 yards on 8 catches.
And it is caught. Olave able to get both feet down in bounds.
And Juwan Johnson hauling in 53.
Take a look at Shuck's ball to Juwan Johnson, right on the money.
And their defense also heads into Week 9 with a little mojo. Held Baker Mayfield to 152 yards, just 6.3 yards per attempt. Didn't allow a touchdown. Held him to an 80 rate.
To the end zone and knocked down by McKinstry. Ibuka, the intended receiver.
Brought their season rating down to 102, so stopping quarterbacks hadn't been going well for them prior to last week. They've had trouble keeping teams from scoring on them too, 26 points per game allowed for 2025, but they held the Bucs to 3 for 13 on 3rd down, only 2 red zone trips, held them to 16 points.
Stays on his feet, and the pass is incomplete.
Their own offense supplied Tampa 7 points. They've held 3 teams under 21 this year. Now they take on the NFL TD passing leader after 7 weeks. Matthew Stafford threw 5 in London versus a Jags D that has good digits against quarterbacks. 3+ touchdowns in 3 of his last 4, 12 TDs, no picks over those 4, 98+ rating, 6 of 7 games.
And it is a touchdown, Terrence Ferguson.
Rams offense still has some room to grow, but it's nice to have that room to grow when you're already clicking at 25 per game, 23+ points, 5 of 7.
It's Adams, and we have history.
Stafford's protection has been top-notch, only 11 sacks taken, and hasn't faced a lot of pressure.
See, it's the linebacker bringing pressure off the edge. Says, hey, I got to break out, give my quarterback a quick option.
Saints pass rush has some teeth, averaging a little over 2 sacks a game after planting Baker 3 times. Chase Young with 1.5 has been making the case someone should trade for him in his 3 games.
Redfield, ball down again, ball comes loose. Saints have it.
New Orleans secondary didn't have to deal with Mike Evans or Chris Godwin, but they held Emeka Ibuka to 36 yards, Cade Otton to 40, Tez Johnson 43. Rams aerial attack trio, a Beastie Boys-like joint, Stafford, Puka, and Devontae. Nakua as sure a shot as it gets, expected to return to action this week, 85 to 170 yards in his 5 full games, 9 catches a game, over 102 yards per game. Only Jackson Smith-Njigba has averaged more.
Looking, throws, Nakua with the catch and the touchdown!
Adams has shaken his rump 6 times in the end zone, 61 yards per game.
Fakes it to Adams
Touchdown!
Tutu Atwell, 27 yards per game. Tyler Higbee, 20 per. Kyron Williams, 23 receiving yards per game, plus 67 per along the ground. Solid 4.4 per carry so far.
Goodness, Rich. With that 6-flat 40 time of yours, I think you could have got through that hole.
Saints holding running backs to a respectable 4.1 per attempt this season after holding Rashad White and Sean Tucker under 4 a try in their loss.
Man, that is a big-time tackle, big-time play.
These two played last year, played the last 3 years in a row, actually. Rams have taken 4 of the last 5 versus the Saints. Can't do New Orleans up with a NOLA no call. They've already had a bad enough go of things. So let's revisit the days of Pac-Man and Valley Girls and of the lowest scoring game ever between these two.
But for 2 weeks at least, the Saints stood tall with the best teams their division had to offer. In back-to-back home games against the Los Angeles Rams and the San Francisco 49ers, the Saints proved they were ready to compete for a title. Morton Anderson kicked 2 field goals to beat Los Angeles 6-0.
Got a couple of teams that spent last week listening to NSYNC, hoping the time off allows them to get back in sync for Week 9. Las Vegas lost 5 of their last 6. Raiders at home welcoming the Jacksonville Jaguars to the Strip. Lost 2 in a row before their week off, but someone has to hit the jackpot this week at least.
Matthews got 5. Devontae has a hat trick.
Let's start with the team that has more on the line, and while Trevor Randall Pink Floyd Lawrence is the face of the team, the key to their 4 wins has been their defense, holding teams to 22 a game, respectable zone, top 5 in takeaways. They didn't take the ball away in either of their last 2 games, both losses, at least 1 takeaway in all 4 of their wins.
Throws an interception to Devin Lloyd. That's a 2-pick game.
Their specialty on this front, picks. 10 in 7 games is elite stuff, has helped them hold quarterbacks to an 85 rate. Devin Lloyd leads the NFL with 4 INTs from the linebacker position, no less.
Picked off! Lloyd again! Devin Lloyd! What a year!
Well, what better quarterback to take on than the guy with the most interceptions after 7 weeks? What better team to face than the one that had turned the ball over more than any team as they hit their bye? Geno Smith with 10 interceptions.
You know the defense did pitch a shutout that day.
3rd and 20, they're in on him. Somehow he got the pass away, incomplete.
The nightmare continues.
He's given Vegas more Geno the Jet than Seattle Smith ball. Sub-80 rate in 4 of 7 games. Last game he played threw for just 67 yards. That's not even 6'7", I don't think. Raiders offense good for a big fat 0 the last time it was on the field. Under 21 points 3 straight times and 5 of 7. Bottom of the barrel on 3rd down.
They're in on him, and they bring him down back at the 23-yard line. A Minahu.
I don't really know or care what 6'7" actually means. Jacoby Myers, Trey Tucker, Brock Bowers, assuming he's healthy, are the 3 guys Geno leans on. Bowers only 4 games played, maybe 2 of those healthy. 103 yards week 1, 38 to 46 in his other 3.
Lead blockers, he's got a convoy. And Bowers gets on the plus side of the field.
Tucker has been their most consistent source of receiving yards, 5 games with 50-plus yards, 1 145-yard game.
And that's a first down pickup with a little toss over to Trey Tucker.
Myers, who has played the Dante role from Clerks, 30 to 39 yards in his last 3 games, started with 63 to 97 his first 3.
Smith rolling, throwing, and open is Jacoby Myers. Inside the 30, down the sideline he goes.
Doesn't really want to be there. Smith has taken 4+ sacks in 4 of 7, 2+ in 5 of 7. Right tackle Delmar Glaze isn't getting glazed by anybody. Has given up a team-high 4.5 sacks.
He's just going to walk him right into Geno's lap.
Jags' leading pass rusher so far, Eric Armstead, with 3.5.
And he takes it down to the 16-yard line, and there's Armstead and on the tackle.
Only 2.5 sacks from Trayvon Walker and Josh Hines-Allen combined, though. Team only has 8 overall. No team with fewer. Pressure rate not good either. But that front has played the run well, holding running backs to 3.7 a run. Foye Oluokun leading the team with 55 tackles.
He cannot get it. The law firm of Oluokun and Hines-Allen leads the way.
So Ashton Genty isn't going to have an easy time getting back on track. Only 21 yards the last time out, has finished with 21 to 43 yards 3 times, has a 138-yard game, 63 to 75 yards in his other 3.
And boy, fought through Jamari Connor to get within a couple.
Jags offense, a pass-driven outfit. Oddly, Trevor Lawrence has thrown for 250-plus yards 3 times. Jaguars have lost all 3 of those games. All 4 of their wins, he's thrown for less than 225. No 100-rate games yet, under 7 yards per attempt in 6 of 7, sitting on a bleh 80 rate for 2025.
Throwing deep for Thomas. No flag and also no completion.
Jags offense under 13 points in their 2 losses before the break, only averaging 20 per contest, have been terrible on 3rd down.
Lawrence over the middle, incomplete, comes up empty.
Raiders D might be the cowbell cure they're needing unless they fixed some things. 25 to 40 points allowed 4 of the last 5 games. Not good on 3rd down and giving up 25 a game on average.
He looks left, throws left, and it is caught by Rice!
Lawrence drawing a secondary that hasn't played the pass well, giving up a 98 rate to quarterbacks over 7 yards per attempt. Shouldn't be hard for Trev to find Waldo. No corner in the NFL had given up more yards after 7 weeks than Caillou Blue Kelly. 2 touchdowns, 423 yards, a 113.5 rate allowed.
A back shoulder fade on the red zone against Kelly.
Their road warrior has been balling still at least. Mad Max Crosby must be a glutton for punishment as he doesn't want out. He's still inflicting plenty of it though. 10 tackles for loss, second most in the league at their bye, 4 sacks.
He's going to go down in here and Max is just going to explode. He sees the whole thing, blows it up.
Seems primed to gather some more gas too. Lawrence has been dropped 20 times, 3+ times in 3 straight, 7 taken back-to-back games.
Steps up, and that's where it ends. Landman again.
Raiders DBs have to primarily keep tabs on tight end Brenton Strange, Travis Hunter, and Brian Thomas Jr. 11 to 55 yards in 5 of their games, not having the same kind of year as he did last season, has landed between 80 to 90 yards twice.
And finds Brian Thomas open.
Hunter had his best game in their London blowout, 15 to 43 yards 5 times, a 64-yard outing, and then 101 yards and a touchdown versus the Rams.
You see the speed and fluidity of Travis Hunter.
Strange chipping in 40 a game on average.
Strange, the tight end, and a big play to start this possession.
Also in the mix, De'Ami Brown, 32 yards per game, Parker Washington, 29 yards per game, and Travis Etienne toking it, 73 rush yards a game, very healthy, 5.3 per carry average, 4.1 to 8.9 in 5 of 7.
But just enough to move the chains, and maybe this is where Jacksonville gets started.
Vegas, a tough team to run on as well, holding backs to 4 a carry. Linebacker Devin White leading the way with 64 tackles.
And good defense from the Raiders, stopping the run of Krusty Merritt.
Duval ahead of the Black Hole, 6 to 5 all time. Best show they've put on, 2010.
Great day. Beautiful Florida day, man, I'm telling you.
For Jacksonville, the first half wasn't pretty, but the third quarter was a thing of beauty.
He's going to launch this one for Jason Hill, and Hill's got it! Touchdown, Jacksonville! What a throw! Here's the handoff for Reese up the middle, there he goes! He's going! He's going 10-5, touchdown! Maurice Jones-Drew!
The defense applied the finishing touches to their 8th win of the year.
Jaguars are rushing forward, pocket collapsing. He's going to get hit, and he's going to get sacked. Jeremy Mincy got him. Jaguars win it, folks, 38-31. They beat the Raiders, and they're 8-5. And that sets up a huge showdown next Sunday at Lucas Oil Field. Get out of here! Yeah, baby! Yeah!
Seattle Seahawks wings are rested, hopefully all healed up after a week off. They fly east to Washington to take on the Commanders, who also need some healing this week. Otherwise, their season may get away from them.
Here's Samuel, and it's off his hands and picked off.
Marcus Mariota was Pumpkin Jack on Christmas Eve versus Kansas City, so Washington has to hope that someone took out Oogie Boogie this week and freed Jaden Daniels so he can save the day. Washington's offense sputtered to 7 points versus KC, only made it past the Chiefs 20 twice. Mariota picked off twice, finished with a low 70s rate.
Mariota just trying to make a play here late, scrambling right to his back cross play, and that is picked off.
He only took 2 sacks on 30 pass attempts, had Debo and Scary Terry too. Should be noted, in Daniels' starts, 18 points, 21, 22, 24, and 27. That's 22 per game on average.
Daniels has to step out and barely is able to get out of the end zone. He is sacked.
But he's only played 2 games with McLaurin and Debo present, first 2 of the year. Seattle's defense gets it. They too have had to deal with lots of hurt guys. And still, they've gotten stronger and stronger as weeks pass. Held their last 2 opponents to 19 and 12 points, under 21 points, 6 of 7 games.
3rd and 13 could be a nightmare against this crew. Stroud is backpedaling. He'll be dropped.
Secondary holding quarterbacks to a nice low 84 rating, to just 6.4 yards per attempt and only 9.9 yards per completion. Josh Jobe has held his targets to a 58 rate, Kobe Bryant 62.
And that's a low throw there.
I think he threw that ball in the dirt on purpose, otherwise that would have been intercepted by the safety.
McLaurin made 2 amazing catches in his return last week, 1 for a TD, 54 yards when it was over on 3 catches.
Just lobs it up for McLaurin. Did he get him down? Touchdown.
Debo took a brick to the face mask, in this case it was a ball, that led to one of Mariota's interceptions, just 11 yards on 6 targets. Tight end Zach Ertz, 16 yards, 6 targets. The only other guy last week with more than 24 receiving yards, running back Jeremy McNichols, who led them with 64.
Has a receiver wide open, catch is made. That's McNichols, and a big gain.
Whoever starts has a fierce pass rush on their hands. Seattle's Byron Murphy, 4.5 bags. Leonard Williams, 3. DeMarcus Lawrence, 3. Uchenna Nwosu leads them with 5. They have 23 sacks total, top 5 pressure rate, and they rarely blitz.
Lawrence is trying to run, but they close fast.
They've been doing a really good job.
No blind spots with the Hawks defense. That front not just good at planting quarterbacks, holding runners to 3.3 yards per carry, rush attacks to 75 per game. Those are elite digits. Ernest Jones, their tackles leader, with 59.
And no! Tries the right side and was stopped behind the line. Ran into a blue wall there.
Washington's rush attack absent in their loss to Kansas City. Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, 25 yards, 2.8 a carry, has been under 4 a run 3 straight games, under 34 yards back-to-back games. Commanders' defense also comes in dazed and confused, gave up 28 points to the Chiefs. They're allowing 24 a game, so it fit. They've given up 24 plus 6 of 8 games.
Mahomes out to his right, back across for the touchdown to Hunt.
Their secondary allowing a 104.9 rate, only 3 teams worse. No team giving up more than 8.4 yards per attempt. They picked off Mahomes twice last week too, was looking good early, but ended up letting him throw for 3 touchdowns, 299 yards, rating over 100.
3 possessions, 3 Mahomes touchdown passes to 3 different receivers.
Gave up 99 yards to Travis Kelce, 93 to Rashee Rice. So how are they going to stop Jackson Smith and Jigba? No disrespect to Sammy D, but JSN is the face of that offense at this point. The NFL's top receiver. Every team knows he's there. Everyone knows Darnold is looking for him almost every pass attempt, and it makes no difference.
And right for the end zone, and scoring and dunking is Jackson Smith and Jigba.
TD in his last 3 games, 5 100-plus yard games, 120-plus his last 3, 79 is his low. He leads the NFL with 117 yards per game.
And folding one down the middle, and Smith and Jigba has it. Touchdown Seahawks!
Darnold hit their bye off a dud versus Houston, so had time to Al Pacino that action, had 4 110-plus rate games in a row prior, 250 yards per game on average, 12 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, a fat 109 rate, top shelf stuff.
Darnold on the move, Darnold throws, and he's got a man, touchdown!
Forget about it. When he does throw to someone other than JSN, it's usually to Cooper Kupp, 41 yards per game to keep DBs honest, sort of.
And they gave him 10 for a first down, and here's number 10, Cooper Kupp.
Tight end A.J. Barner, 30 yards per game, 4 touchdowns.
And wide open, A.J. Barner inside the 15-yard line.
Torrey Horton, 3 TDs as well. Hawks offense, a healthy 27 points per game, could improve moving the sticks, but top 10 good in the red zone.
Darnold floats it, open man, it's a touchdown!
And how about their O-line? 12s, used to seeing their quarterbacks dumped on a regular basis the last few years, are on cloud 9 with a group that's only allowed 9 sacks all season. It's good stuff when your quarterback only faces pressure 29% of the time, too.
Look at the time. Going deep, and he's got him! Oh, what a beauty!
Washington did at least sack Mahomes 3 times, but Jerzan Newton, tisk. You don't bring a pillow to lay Patrick down on when you tackle him. That's on you, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a lot.
And Dan Quinn can only shake his head.
Commanders pass rush top 10 in sacks for 2025. Those guys up front have struggled versus the run as of late, though. Mahomes, Kareem Hunt, and Isaiah Pacheco all hit at 4.4 or better against them last week.
They had a Pacheco, and he gets the edge and gets 11.
That's 4 games in a row they've given up 145 or more rush yards. Kenneth Walker up next. He's cracked 80-plus yards 3 times, 64 yards per game, 4.5 yards per carry.
Walker finds a hole. There he goes into the secondary.
He has 3 touchdowns. Zach Charbonnet has 5. Washington up 13-10 overall against Seattle. 3 playoff meetings. 2012, the battle of the rookie phenoms. Only one made it out unscathed, unfortunately.
3 has captivated this city. We know he's not 100%. He's playing with a big leg brace on his right knee.
Their quarterback entered the playoffs hobbled.
Robert looking over the middle. Oh, touchdown!
That quarterback put the ball right on the money to him.
Bootleg to the right. RG3 rolling. Bumps, fires, dropped. He stopped his body, and he had to stop abruptly.
Now we swing.
Yep.
You feel me? Now we swinging. Let go.
Now he's going to let it fly downfield. They like the deep pass. Garcon is down here. And so is Earl, who picks it off at the 25. Ball's on the ground. It's down. It's still on the ground. The Seahawks get in there. I think they recover. They do.
Arizona hits the road after finally avoiding a loss last week. First time since week 2. They're still on a 5-game losing streak, though, but at least they didn't lose to the bye, and at least they didn't give up 44 points, which Dallas just did to fall back under the 500 mark.
Into the end zone for a touchdown.
Just a clinic so far today.
The boys just can't build any momentum. They were back to playing Alice Cowboys ball versus Denver, second 40-burger they've given up in 2025. Red C's offense taking on a defense, 31st in points per game allowed, 32nd on third down, bottom 5 in the red zone after letting Denver convert 4 of their 5 chances inside the 20.
A throw, and you know you're free with a guy jumping off sides, and they're attacking Bridges.
Cardinals QB taking on a secondary that gave up 4 TD passes to Bo Nix, a 117 rate, 8.5 yards per attempt, 247 yards.
And you just get another little bit of a busted coverage.
Taking advantage of that depleted Dallas secondary.
Only one team giving up more passing yards per game than Dallas, only one giving up more yards per attempt, and they're the only team giving up a rate over 110. So they seem like a team for Kyler Murray to get well against, expecting to see Kyler make his return from injury.
Murray throws, juggled, and intercepted.
has some added pressure as Jacoby Brissett looked good filling in. 4 touchdowns and a 97 rate, 7.4 yards per attempt. Murray, 6 TDs in more games, 88 rate, only 6 yards per attempt. Their offense averaging 25 points per game in Jacoby's 2 games, the team only averaging 21 overall, so not as potent with Murray at the controls.
Murray again, the escape artist. Boy, they get a hand on him, and was that picked? Yes, it was.
But somebody calling McNulty, because every Cardinals game keeps going down to the wire, 7 games played, all decided by 7 or fewer points.
Through the end zone, it's batted down.
Another tough loss for the Arizona Cardinals.
2 pass catchers of note with Arizona. Trey McBride, 5 to 10 catches each game, 72, 74 yards in his last 2 games, 3 touchdowns, 41 yards his low, 78 yards his high this season.
It's McBride, makes the catch, spins it to the end zone.
And Marvin Harrison Jr. has been all over the board, ranging from 27 to 98 yards for a 56-yard per game average.
The Cardinals offense, and the catch is made by Marvin Harrison Jr.
Zay Jones, 30 yards per contest. Michael Wilson, 19 per. Hasn't been super hard to track Murray down in the backfield. 16 sacks taken in 5 games. Cardinals QBs dropped 24 times, second most after 7 weeks. Right tackle Jonah Williams allowing 6.5. Only one other guy had allowed more at their bye.
Kyler swallowed up, takes the sack.
Nix threw 29 times. Dallas hit him once, didn't sack him once either. And that front didn't play the run well either. Gave up a 40-yard TD to RJ Harvey, gave up 111 yards to J.K. Dobbins on 7.4 a run.
Cut back by Dobbins, and he takes off and finally shoved down.
Arizona's run game has been a mess without James Conner and then Trey Benson. Bam Knight and Michael Carter have filled in without producing much. Murray has averaged 6 yards per carry, 34 rush yards per game.
Pocket collapses. Kyler on the run. Kyler in.
Switch sides now. Dallas's offense almost looked just as bad as its defense last week. Dak Prescott's hot streak brought to a screeching halt. No touchdowns, picked off twice, a 51 rating off 188 yards and just 6.1 yards per try.
Prescott intercepted.
And Dak should not have thrown that ball. He wants that one back.
So he's trying to rebound from his worst outing of the year. And so is the Stars' offense, which is second in points per game, hung on to the second spot by scoring 24 points in that blowout loss, 7 coming via Joe Milton and Oscar the Grouch time. Team was 4 for 11 on third down tries.
Pass knocked down, denying that pass in the end zone.
The Arizona defense they go after next has had to paddle upstream a lot, gave up 27 to 31 points their last 2, but held teams to less than 24 points the previous 5 to keep their season average to 22 points per game allowed. Have fared well on third down too.
Firing downfield.
Jalen Thompson was reading Jordan Love's eyes the whole way.
Cardinals secondary Dak draws, the driving force behind their solid-ish defensive play, holding quarterbacks to just 6.5 yards per attempt and an 85 rating.
Got a man in Pearsall, but he throws it away, picked off by the Rabbit.
Their corners lock up with George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb in this one. Lamb contributed 74 yards week 8.
Looking down the field, it is caught. Lamb tackled down at the 3-yard line.
That was Lamb's low in games he started and finished, 110 plus in the other 3. Pickens pitched in 78 yards versus Denver.
Pass open, tap dance Pickens, and a Dallas first down.
He's been good for 68 plus yards in 6 of his last 7 now. Jalen Tolbert scored 47 yards.
There's a 2nd and 11. It's Tolbert picking up a first down.
Jake Ferguson just 1 target last week for nothing. Prescott only sacked twice on 31 pass attempts, faced pressure on the high side, has to worry about Calais Campbell this week, has 3 sacks, ageless wonder. Baron Browning with 2, Josh Sweat leads the team with 5.
4th and 10, here they come, free blitzer, and it was Sweat.
Only 12 total sacks, though. Arizona's front has held running backs to 4.2 yards per carry, average territory, but better than the league average at least. Mac Wilson, their lead tackler, with 53 wrap-ups.
4th and inches, give it to Charbonnet. Can he get the first? He cannot.
Javonte Williams next in the queue. He scored twice versus his old team.
It's Williams, and he's in for another touchdown.
Only 3.2 a carry though, 41 yards. Has played ping pong in his last 4 between duds and won 10-plus yard games. Arizona has prevailed the last 3 times they've played Dallas. Still, Cowboys way up all time. 1998 season they met in the wild card was a big deal to the Red Sea to win that one.
The Arizona Cardinals make their first appearance in postseason play in the NFL in 23 years.
Check your watch, because it's game time, baby. Steps up, dances around, dodges around, throws it down the middle. It's caught by Sanders. Steps back. Plummer's going to get knocked down. Oh, hands the ball off to the right side to Morrell, and Morrell takes it in and scores.
Aikman cannot find a receiver open downfield, mainly because there's not a receiver open downfield.
Handed off to Morrell, bends it back to his right, first down yardage, and breaks into the clear.
What about those wild cards? Have they done it? No one gave them a chance to win this football game.
And you can turn out the lights in Dallas.